Any feeling in your stomach?
There's always a feeling in my stomach when I sit down because, you know, I don't particularly like interviews, but I also, you know, I'm a big boy,
Yeah.
and I know why we're here and what we got to do, so it's all good.
So you're ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, got it. I'll just jump right in then because you know there are going to be people when they see, first of all, they see your name and they see that you're doing an interview.
Sure.
They're going to say, why should I give him a second chance? Why do I want to listen to what he has to say? So what is your response to people who have that immediate feeling about you?
Well, I understand that. You know, I have to, it's been a long time, and I've had a lot of emotions attached to this, you know, so, but when I extract my emotions, when I extract even, dare I say, my ego from this, I can understand why people feel the way that they do, specifically because of the narrative that was spun and was given to them. I've stood by, not my truth, but the truth the entire time for almost 6 years. I haven't switched my story up. I haven't changed anything that I've ever said. I stand by every single thing that I've ever said. Everyone else in the situation, every single person has changed their story numerous times. So I don't really know what else to say about that. Again, I understand if I felt some sort of way, if I knew someone or respected them or even didn't care about them and heard the things that were heard about me that were just factually untrue, then I would feel some sort of way too. So I can't sit here and say, you know, oh, well, that makes absolutely no sense, because it does. The only problem is that people tend to think that I somehow fooled them when in actuality it was the other way around. Everyone else fooled them, so I don't know what else to say about that.
I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
January 2019, Jussie claimed he was the victim of a hate crime, but cops later uncovered evidence allegedly indicating the actor paid 2 extras who worked on his show Empire to stage the attack. Jussie was booked for disorderly conduct. He got community service and the charge was dropped. But the following year, more trouble.
You were convicted.
Sure.
On 5 counts of disorderly conduct. You were sentenced to 150 days in jail, had to pay restitution. You have served 6 of those days, and then you were released.
Right.
Pending appeal.
Right.
Where does that stand now?
We're still fighting. I mean, it's at the Illinois Supreme Court, and we'll see what happens. And it's been hard, man. Like it hasn't been, you know, I can smile now, but there was a long time where it was so frustrating because it was like, am I ever gonna feel like me again?
Right.
You know, and trying to move forward. Also, you know, the way that it works is what liars do is they take a big pile of lies and they sprinkle it with the truth. So as I'm sitting here and I'm fighting the very things that are untrue about me, some truths did come into play that they used to kind of, to prove things that were not true. And so there were those moments where I was kind of like, oh my goodness, my life is kind of, you know, oh, well, I didn't do that. And they're like, but you did this. I'm like, oh, I did do that. I did buy that, you know, and things like that I've had to talk to my family about, that I've had to talk to friends about, you know, but I'm actually, contrary to popular belief, I'm okay with accepting responsibility for things that I've actually done. I'm just not okay with accepting responsibility for something that I did not do.
What are those things you've taken responsibility for?
Oh my gosh, substance abuse. You know, that sort of came to light, not sort of, that came to light.
You were a loose cannon at some time.
I was
reckless at some time.
I absolutely was reckless.
When I saw that you checked yourself into rehab, I thought, that makes a lot of sense. Why did you do that? What was your reasoning behind deciding to do that?
I've wanted to do it for years. I've wanted to do it for a number of years. And to be quite honest, I was told that I couldn't.
They told you couldn't because they looked at it as a sign of guilt? Or why did they tell you you couldn't?
I think so, maybe. I don't really know. I had to get better coping mechanisms.
Okay.
And that's what the problem was for me.
Jussie's support system has always included his famous family and Empire co-stars, from Taraji P. Henson.
There was one really difficult moment, many difficult moments that she was there, but there was one difficult moment in particular, and she rushed over and just like physically cradled me. And those are the things that's not a coworker. That's not a celebrity friend.
That's family.
That's family.
To Vivica A. Fox, who now stars alongside him in The Lost Holiday, out now in select AMC theaters. It marks Jussie's acting return. She plays the mother of his late husband, meeting for the first time ahead of the funeral.
You have offered Jussie grace.
He's family. He's family.
Vivica is such a huge part of my moving on, of my moving forward. Because
did she encourage you to take that step back into the spotlight?
My goodness, absolutely. We can talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I hear you.
Somehow she has made it okay to give my work a chance.
I can tell you're fighting, trying not to get emotional. I can see your bottom lip.
I am, because people just don't know me.
Yeah.
I want to adopt a kid, you know? Like, I want to have all of these things in my life, and I don't want to have a felony on my record for something that I didn't do. You know, so that's what we're fighting for. It's like, it's much, I know that on the surface it probably seems like, why doesn't he just serve the time? Why doesn't he just let this go? It would be easier if I had in fact done this, to say that I did it. I wouldn't have spent almost $3 million of my own money. I would not have had a trial.
And you know, there are probably a lot of people out there who say that, like, why doesn't he just take this and go and move on with his life?
Because as an entertainer, as a businessman, I probably should. Yeah. But as a human being, and as a man, as a black man, and as an openly gay black man, I have a problem with letting them win on something that they shouldn't be able to. You know, and I know that, you know, I've heard so many words, so many, you know, fiery or outbursts or whatever those are, but I'm a human being before I'm anything. I don't know about this fame stuff. Like, this fame stuff is not real to me. None of it is real. You know, the so-called rage that people feel, well, you don't know what it is until you've had to completely over and over and over try to prove your own traumas. And that's exhausting. That's utterly exhausting. And there's a very few people who understand what that actually feels like. I'm a grown man, and something happened. I can't tell you exactly what did happen, but I can tell you what did not happen. And that's what I have to sit on. No matter how much people are yelling in my face saying, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want them to believe that, but if that is what they believe, that's on you.
Is there anything you would have done differently in these past 6 years?
My goodness, a million things I would have done differently. A million things. Very early on, I gave up my power in the situation. And looking back, I wish that I hadn't, because there were people making decisions. I wish I hadn't done the interview. I never wanted to. I watched it and I was mortified. Yeah. I'm tired of other people getting a chance to keep on talking about it. I'm ready for their gravy train to stop.